In this video, we're going to look at Georgia versus Ohio State in the semifinals of some of the plays that I thought really looked interesting. Right here for Georgia, kind of towards the end of the first quarter, they're actually an empty. You got 3 receivers over here, you got 2 over here. Ohio State with their forefront, going to be pretty aggressive right there, trying to get to the quarterback. A too high look, could be possibly a quarter, something along those lines, man-to-man. But all they do is they pull this guy, everybody else is pass set, and then they release out to the alley. Right here, they're throwing the screen out here to the number 2 receiver to the trip side. With how much depth these guys have off the ball, he's going to come off going vertical, and he's going to go to the most dangerous right there, whoever's going to try to chase that guy. These linemen that are getting out in front, they're going to take care of whoever's left. So here as you see it, quarterback catches it, doesn't do anything except for catch the ball, get it out to him right now. This receiver, he takes 1 step, and then he's just going to stand there and wait because there's so much space right there from the secondary. It's a long yard situation. Those out there, everybody's releasing. Nobody's really retracing. You see this D tackle. He gets hands on, and he's kind of thinking that he might want to try to retrace, but it's already too late. This ball's getting out pretty quick. Good catch. There's the big tight end that was there at the number 3 receiver spot, blocking most dangerous. He's firing down from that safety spot. Tackler's releasing center, backside guard tackle. They're getting up to the secondary. There's the kick. There's the alley you want to try to create a wall. Hopefully these guys can't fall back to it. And playing with some momentum right there, able to outrun this D tackle trying to retrace. You got 2 guys for that front side safety. You've got a receiver and a backside tackle for that backside safety. Huge alley. Awesome execution right there by Georgia, getting their big guys in space, taking care of guys, playing downhill there with that receiver spot when they're playing that far off. Just giving them free completions. Get your lineman out in front, and they're able to create a great alley there for that tunnel screen and explosive play. Huge touchdown there for Georgia early in the game. Here's a play that's really not for the scheme or anything. Right here, it's a 2nd and 9 in the red zone, and CJ Stroud this game really showed a lot, and I think people realized how good he really is with this pocket movement right here, and then the awareness that he has to not only stay up against obviously one of the best pass rushers in the country, but find obviously Marvin Harrison, one of the best receivers in the country, getting a touchdown there to go up by 2 scores there in the second quarter. But again, just this movement and just the toughness that he showed and how he has the ability to run. I think there are a lot of teams that are looking for quarterbacks in the NFL that saw that and are really excited, have the chance to possibly get him. So right there, amazing play. One of many that CJ Stroud had through the night. We'll see a couple more. Unbalanced set here from Georgia. They got Bowers over here. A lot of times they'll hand him the ball, leave this guy unblocked, and just run inside zone that direction, work outside shoulder there, and then they can encircle the defense. Unless this D end just flies out, it should be able to get the edge. But right here, they're actually faking that sweep with him. He's coming across just a fake right there, and they're just running straight inside zone that way. You can see also they're manned up. He's manned up. Once he crosses, that eliminates this guy. So now they're great as far as their numbers in the box. So if you're looking just straight inside zone, these 2, responsible for those 2, going to double, get great movement on that nose up to the front side. He's going to sift through that defensive end. Now, obviously, if he squeezes down, he's in that B gap. Get on the body on him and move him. But right there, he's going to sift through. If that backer steps down, he'll take him. So whoever's the B gap player, which typically it's got to be either the end or this linebacker. And right here, he's going to stretch, make it look like they're handing the ball, so they widen. But right here, as you watch it played, if you're looking at the backside, is the end. He sees that motion, he jumps outside. He's not a big gap. Great job here by the right tackle, just sifting up because he's not going to make the play on the inside zone if he goes outside. So he's sifting up, thinking that backer's probably the big gap player. He sat as well there on 19. He doesn't squeeze hard enough. Running that thing right there on that inside zone, you can see. Easy job here by the guard. He just walks straight up to him. 44 jumps into the C gap, body on a body. There's the double team that you're looking for. Great movement there. Right guard gets hip to hip. Working up, center comes off, boom. Now they're rolling. Huge play there for Georgia. Good scheme. Great job getting a body on body, getting the numbers there. And then 6, obviously making a guy miss again. Just like we saw in some other games. Moment's too big, base is awful. He doesn't do a great job of breaking down, showing that he's athletic enough to get him on the ground. Might have been down in flag football. I don't know if he would have got the flag off or not, but makes him miss. Moment's too big. And then, speaking of moments too big, 6 thinks he's about to walk into the end zone, trips over his own feet. That's pretty frustrating right there if you thought you were about to score. I mean, that dude's probably ran thousands of sprints and not done that. So just one of those things. Another good red zone call here for Georgia, getting the motion, bringing him across. And they're just running a little bit of truck. All that is the tackle pull right there, down block. And as you watch this motion, it looks like he slides in man-to-man. They kind of bump a little bit. With him coming across, he flies out. like it's possible man-to-man. So all it is I'm going to block that defensive end, let that tackle pull for my man, and right there with him stepping down, being manned up, you can see he slides inside just in case it's maybe a pop, maybe he crosses or something like that. So he pins it. There's the tackle point around. Everybody else is basically zoning that way. Just bucket step, try to get on the track. You can see right there the center does an awesome job. He just opens up, he's running, he's trying to get on this backer. And with that motion, it kind of kept him just a little bit, and that center's able to get up on that mic, get across his face, and then turn back to it. Great job here by the tackle. Able to get around, get the edge sealed. License to miss, run by the guy again if they're jumping around you. A lot of times that back's going to make you right, and right here Stetson Bennett does. Outruns 44, even though he's getting off the block. Good call, good pin and pull. Awesome job here by these guys zoning. He even gets over there on that 3-tech, wide 3-tech, gets a hand. Really doesn't let him get in on the play. So really well executed there by the O-line, moving their feet. Here's a play that got a lot of pub through the night because this is one of those routes that you see in 7-on-7 1,000 times. I obviously ran it 7-on-7 as well, ran it a lot in the regular season as well for some big plays, but all it is you're getting 2x2. If these safeties are getting off the hash, playing quarters, playing 2, whatever it is, now you can run some kind of a smash with a slot fade, some kind of a smash where you're switching it up, kind of like Georgia did later in the game. But if you can get these guys off the hash and this back free releasing going vertical, he's one-on-one with these linebackers. So obviously you got a 5-man pro. What you can see right here is you're getting slot fades, you're getting verticals, getting a corner out right there trying to hold him. And this back, all he's doing is releasing. You're one-on-one with that mic. Just gives him a little bit of a stick because if he's flat-footed at all, we're going to run by him. You can obviously read this just like any type of vertical read. You see these guys are breaking to the corners. There is nobody left with those safeties opening their hips to the outside. It's one-on-one with the mic against the running back. And if the running back doesn't win that one, we got to get a new running back. So right there, a lot of time, that's the main thing. If you get time, this can obviously work. Good pace to the ball. You don't want to just throw a balloon so the safeties can get to it. Mike's already beat. Good 2-ball right there with some pretty good pace to it over the top of that mic. Good adjustment there by the back, making it play. Find a way to get to the end zone there as well. If you feel like this mic was going to have a chance to get over the top of it, you might have it where it's a read, where just like if you're vertical read on the outside, if he backs up, you can just sit that thing down, get a completion. But right here, obviously, he's flat-footed. Outrun the guy. Don't catch for a big touchdown there. Not only in 7-on-7, but right here, semifinals college football. Able to take advantage of those safeties getting off the hash and a mic trying to play the back down the middle. This play right here, you get a little bit of motion. You're just letting that guy work all the way across. Anytime you have this amount of time, a little bit of play action. 7-man pro, guards pulling around right there off the play action. Half roll. You see 4 on number 5 playing man-to-man. Fine, you got plenty of time. You're going to find a way to win. Got to have a good release there to clear it out with that post. Tons of time with that half roll. And then CJ Stroud, with this pass rush, is not able to step into it. All that is his arm, and right here with his throw shows why he's going to be an elite dude. Have a chance to be pretty good in the NFL. Throws him away from decent coverage with how long it took for that guy to get across the field. Good catch, good throw, good job getting open. And right here, just kind of a glimpse. You can see Will Muschamp. Looks like somebody's Meemaw sitting over there on the sideline. Not real sure what he's doing, what he's wearing. The stripes don't look good. Almost looks like a zebra right there. You know he's so angry right now. The anger sharks are just swimming in his head. I'm not sure what he's going to do. If you're a Georgia defender, you better be safe. Good luck to those guys. Hopefully they were able to make it through this film study because Muschamp right there is about to blow an absolute gasket and go crazy on somebody. Play that a lot of teams obviously run. You can change it up how you do it, but right here you're going to base, show outside zone or mid zone that direction of boot. This receiver gets some speed coming across. Tight end's over here. He's going to release vertical, probably some kind of a drag. As you can see, man-to-man, with this vertical release here by that tight end, he actually gets a little bit of a rub on that corner. He's having to go over the top of all that right there. 2, as you see, he's got to go flat, being an athlete. You might have to give a little ground. That's fine. Just play fast. Know that you're beating this guy man-to-man across the field. Fullback trying to work outside shoulder here on this defensive end. Once he slides in, he knows good chance they might be trying to run something outside, so does a good job of trying to keep contained. We've got to keep that outside leg outside of his. Not great right there, but continue to work. Good job here by Stroud. Getting plenty of depth so he can get away from that. 2, playing fast, and you can see his man trying to get over the top of all this. As that tight end releases, he's having to go to the top. He's running hard, but there's just too much space right there. Easy throw and catch. There he is, running as hard as he can. Not able to get there before there's enough space created that he's able to get into the corner of the end zone right there for a touchdown for Ohio State. Again, going up 2 scores. Another way just to get those guys free against man-to-man, creating a little bit of rub there with that tight end release, and just coming across the formation, have to run through linebackers and all those guys. to try to get there. Right here on this play, I think a little bit of tempo maybe caught Ohio State off guard right here. See him snap the ball pretty quickly. They're in a tray set, so there's a tight end. They're trying to get lined up real quick. He's sliding outside. They're just rolling to cover 3. He's to the middle. Corner's going to back up right here. He actually fits into the box. With him sliding out, with this tight end set, I think he's probably supposed to be a C-gap guy. This safety actually rolls down into the box. You get a puller here, and all he does is pop right down the middle of the field. So when he inserts, sees that puller, he probably thinks, oh man, I'm late to the party. I got to get down into that A-gap or B-gap, whichever one I'm fitting. And that tight end just slips right by him. Good fake there by Stetson Bennett. Easy throw and catch. Tons of space right there. I think that tempo really is kind of what made this. Get into that tray set with that tempo, run that pop. That safety tries to insert, thinking that he's late to the party. He's getting caught up behind the official right here, and he's late to it. And then he's firing it down a little bit too hard. Easy throw and catch for an explosive play there for Georgia. Getting a little bit of momentum there in the fourth quarter. Right here's a really big play in the game. It's just a slot fade versus a one high. There's a safety right in the middle of the field. He's manned up there, manned up with lots of space. Not sure why he didn't quite give a little more help over there, since there's 3 receiver side over here. 3 receiver side over here as opposed to a single over here. But either way, in the slot releases, he's got a free release there on that safety. Safety's a little flat-footed. You're really trying to get him to go opposite of where his hips are going to go whenever you're running around. So right there, he gives a good stick, trying to make him center field turn or something like that, or if he can get flat-footed so he can run by him. So right there, he gives a stick to the inside. He has a center field turn. And obviously, DBs, literally, this is all they do in practice. They sit there, center field turn. They do a few different cuts, all that stuff. They really don't do much. And then obviously, this guy hadn't done enough center field turns. So right here, he stumbles. He falls down at the most inopportune time in semifinals. And they go absolutely over the top of him for a huge play to get back into the game. So, since a minute, lets that thing rock. Safety's nowhere to be seen. Probably trying to help there on that receiver going vertical. Really wasn't much as far as the eyes for Stetson Bennett. Obviously, the ball's caught. You see his eyes go that way just a little bit, just to hold that safety, know that he's going to come back to that slot fade and let that thing rip. Held that safety, no help. He falls down. Now he's getting back up, acting like he's doing something. Absolutely toasted. Big play there for Georgia. Got him back in the game, gave him an opportunity to make a play. Thought this was a really interesting play, which is similar to the things that you see 1,000 times over and over, just a little bit of a variation. Right here, they're in a little bit of a tight bunch. He's the first release. He goes to the flats. He's going to go in between them. He's going to roll to the out right there, deep corner. He's going out as well. So sprinting out that way, probably working across. 1 with that first out, 2 to the second out, and then you got 3 there late, and you obviously got 4 working across the field there as well. So if you're looking at, Stetson Bennett catches it, looking right there, stretch the defense. There's the second out right there, getting a little bit of a rub from that deeper out. And right there, he likes it, sets his feet, gets it out. Catches it right at the goal line, gets in. Right there, 5. He's rolling to the back of the end zone right there. If everybody would have been down and had enough time, he'd get it to 5 to the back of the end zone. Right here with this sprint out, not just great protection. They bring it off the edge right here, and that's probably why there's so much space to the outside. But right here, anytime you know you're getting anybody setting the edge right there on a sprint out, you know, hey, I got to pull up. And when I pull up, I better get this ball out one way or another. And right there, he's able to an open guy, which is good. If they would have been able to force this and cover these guys down, it would have been an issue. But right there, you know, hey, I've got to get the ball out, because either I'm getting pursued from the backside or somebody's going to be getting there based off the angles for that sprint out. But had some space right there to the second read, gets it out. Easy 2-point conversion right there for Georgia. Here's the last touchdown here for Georgia, and all it is typical smash where you're switching these guys. So right there, he's going to the corner from the outside, getting a bit of a rub there to the out. And you can really look 1, 2, and do a great job taking advantage of this. So ball snap. You can see pretty good pro. He's check releasing. They're not blitzing anybody right there. It's man-to-man there on the outside. There's the first out. If you like it, you can take it. There's 50-something seconds left. You can take that completion right there, get down to the 5 if you like it. Could drill it to him possibly, but right here he's pretty tight, so lets him work. Great job here again by this receiver. They talked about it whenever the game was going on. Obviously, inside release on this corner. He's trying to get hands on it. He restacks. He tries to get over the top of him. Then he gives a little bit of a jab to the middle of the field. And just that little jab, boom, to the middle of the field. As soon as he sticks it, Stetson Bennett knows, hey, I got that space. Flip it out there, give your guy an opportunity. Puts the ball in open space right there for him. And corner's not able to recover in time. Really good throw and catch. Good route right there. Good job restacking, giving yourself an opportunity there against man-to-man with that smash. You have these guys working across the field. A little bit of a drive type route right there. If that initial corner was not there, that out was not there as well. But good throw and catch. Huge play right there for Georgia. Ended up being the go-ahead touchdown.